guys, now this video will contain a very important topic of English, which is gap filling. Now gap filling is not a topic that has arisen by itself, but it is actually asked as a question. Now if we want to study gap filling, we should first know each and every important topic of English, and that includes nouns, pronouns, adjectives, prepositions, tense, etc. If we are very clear about these topics, only then we can do the topic of gap filling, because gap filling is nothing but a sentence is provided to you along with the blank, and we have to fill a suitable word in that blank in order to complete the sentence, to make a correct meaning out of it, and to not destroy the construction of that sentence. So in this video we are going to understand the gap fillings, where we will fill the gap using pronouns. So here there will be two things occurring. First is that we will be revising the topic pronouns, and second is that we will be understanding the concept of gap filling. Why am I saying revising? Because the topic of pronoun has been earlier done. So if you want to view that topic in detail, then you can go and watch the videos regarding pronouns, because here we are just going to brush up with pronouns and then we are going to implement those pronouns in our gaps. So gap fillings can also be regarded as fill in the blanks, where we have to fill the blank with an appropriate word. Now coming back to pronouns, the definition of pronouns is that pronouns, the word itself contains the word noun in it. So pronouns are basically the replacement of nouns. Pronouns are replacement of nouns to avoid repetition of nouns. किसी भी noun, for any noun, if you do not want to repeat the nouns again and again, then for that case we make use of pronouns. And pronouns can be of different types. There are various types of pronouns, like we have personal pronouns, interrogative pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, reflexive pronouns, and so on. So we are going to understand those pronouns one by one, and then accordingly, corresponding to them, we are going to understand gap filling. So our first type of pronoun is personal pronoun. Now what do we understand by personal pronouns? Personal pronouns are used for the personal purpose, like I, me, him, she, we, they. These are some of the examples of personal pronouns. Now how do we use them in gap filling? The example can be like I say, dash need to understand clearly. When I say dash need to understand clearly, I need to understand clearly, yes. For him, we will say he. For him, we will say he. When I say he needs to understand clearly, if I place the word he over here, my sentence will be wrong, because he is singular. For singular, there will not be the word need. Instead, I will be using the word needs. So here I will not place he. Similarly, I will not place she. Yes, we can place we. We need to understand clearly. I need to understand clearly. You need to understand clearly. These are some of the examples, or we can say they need to understand clearly. So in one blank, there can be these many words which can be put. There is no hard and fast rule that only we will occur or only you will occur. If in a sentence one child writes we, the other student writes you, then both are correct. right? Another example can be Dash is looking pretty in long dress. When I say Dash is looking pretty in long dress, I is looking wrong because with I we will always write am. With me, nothing. He is looking pretty. He never looks pretty. Pretty, the word pretty is always for a girl. So remember, he is looking is also correct. But with the term when it arises pretty, then if you put he over here, my word will be wrong, because again the examiner wants to check how much you are aware about the concept. And if you're not aware about that pretty is always for a girl or for a woman, and if you're presenting a male person over here, obviously the concept is not clear and you will not be marked correctly for that. I will say she is looking pretty in long dress, and this makes my sentence correct. So this was the first example, that is of personal pronoun. Next we will be understanding reflexive pronoun. Now reflexive pronoun is always used as the object of the sentence. This is always as the object of the sentence because the subject that we are pointing out is actually the object. The subject and object are the same. So reflexive pronoun always is used as the object. For reflexive pronoun, it will always be followed by self, like myself, herself, himself, yourself. Now these are the examples when we are making use of singular pronouns. These are for singular. But suppose I want it for plural. So here it will be ourselves. Self is for singular, selves is for plural. So myself will turn to ourselves, themselves, their selves. So these are the examples when we are making plural use of self. Now applying this in our examples, I can say Priya did her homework dash. Now I have to fill the blank over here, I have to fill the gap over here using reflexive pronoun. So I will say Priya did her homework. For her, I will make use of herself. Priya did her homework herself. Another example can be they can travel dash. They can travel. For they, we will be making use of plural reflexive pronoun, and the plural reflexive pronoun over here will be themselves. So I will say they can travel themselves. So these are the two examples of gap filling using reflexive pronouns. Now let us understand some more concepts of pronouns in gap filling. So now let us understand some more concepts of gap filling using pronouns. Now the third type of pronoun that we will be discussing over here is demonstrative pronouns. So third type of pronoun is demonstrative pronouns. Now when we are talking about demonstrative pronouns, they are used to point out to the person or point out to things. So here demonstrative pronouns are used for pointing out to a person or thing. Okay, whenever we are pointing out to a person or a thing, then we make use of demonstrative pronouns. To point out the person or a thing, we use like this or these. They are used for pointing out to the things which are nearby. And for distance things or for the distance objects, we make use of pronouns like that or those. So these are used for the things or the objects which are far away. Now let us implement these in our sentences. Like I say, Dash is looking like the car I used to drive. Dash is looking like a car I used to drive. So I can say that this is looking like a car. This is looking like a car that I used to drive. Another example can be Dash are the books I was talking about. When I say Dash are the books I was talking about, it is like these are the books I was talking about. But when I say were, Dash were the books I was talking about, then I can also say those were the books I was talking about. So understood? I am using this when there is a singular object. I am using these or those when there is a plural object, right? For plural we make use of these or those, and for singular we make use of this or that. This is an example of demonstrative pronouns. Next, let us understand the type of pronoun which is interrogative pronoun. Now, interrogative pronoun, the word interrogation has been derived from the word interrogative, or I can say interrogative is derived from the word interrogation, and to interrogate is to ask questions. So, interrogative pronoun is again used for asking questions, but here for the words that are used for interrogation will be in the form of pronouns. So here I can say that who or whom. These two interrogative pronouns are used for person and which or that. Which or that is used for things. I cannot say that she is my mother that I was talking about. It is wrong because she is a person, and for person I will say who. But when I say this is the pen who I was talking about, that is also wrong because this is a pen. Pen is non-living thing. It is a thing. And for thing I will always make use of word that or which. So now let us implement these in our sentences. The first sentence can be the lady Dash was wearing sari is my sister. When I say the lady Dash was wearing sari and I have to fill in an interrogative pronoun over here, so I will say who was wearing the sari. Why? Because lady is a person, and for person if I have to use interrogative pronouns, then I will make use of who or whom. But here who will perfectly fit in the gap. Second example can be my pen Dash was of blue color is missing. Now my pen Dash was of blue color, I can either fit which or that. Both are correct. My pen which was of blue color or my pen that was of blue color. Both the words will fill the blank and make the correct sentence. So I can put in any of these two, right? So these here we have talked about another types of pronouns which are demonstrative and interrogative, and also using these pronouns we have filled in the gap. So both the concepts are clear, the gap filling as well as the type of pronouns. Now the next type of pronoun that we will be discussing over here for filling the gaps will be distributive pronoun. So next type of pronoun is distributive pronoun. Now example of distributive pronouns can be each, every, either, neither. Each, every, either, neither, all these have their own meanings. When I make use of each and every, it means that every person, okay, it refers to every over here, and it will always be used with singular nouns. These two will always be used with singular nouns. When I'm talking about the word either, either means one of the two, and neither means none of the two. When I make use of the words either or neither, it means that I'm talking about two persons or I'm talking about two things, right? Either, neither itself means that we are talking about two, but when we are talking about each and every, it can be two or more thing, animal or persons, right? So now let us implement these type of pronouns in our sentences where we can fill in the blanks using distributive pronouns. So my first example can be dash candidate is responsible for his luggage. When I say dash candidate is responsible for his luggage, then out of these I can use every candidate or each candidate is responsible for his luggage. Instead of every, each will fit more. I can say each candidate is responsible, which means that I am talking or I am telling this for each one of the candidate which is present in the hall or wherever I am making this announcement. So here I am not talking about one person or two person, I am talking about everyone, but focusing on one. Then second example can be dash of the boys was performing well. When I say dash of the boys was performing well, here I can say neither of the boys was performing well. Here I am using was. Why? Because out of two I am talking about only one. So neither of the boys was performing well. Here I am saying that none of the boys were performing, right? These two are the examples of distributive pronouns. So here in this video we have discussed gap filling, and gap filling specifically using pronouns. We've also covered the topic of pronouns over here, because here I have discussed the type of pronouns with you, like demonstrative pronouns, interrogative pronouns, personal pronouns, reflexive pronouns, etc. And using these pronouns I have also implemented the examples in which different pronouns can be used for filling the gaps. So practice more and more about gap filling in order to understand how you can fill in the gaps. Here I am just filling the gaps topic wise, but in the examinations no one will ask you to fill regarding which type of topic. There you have to use your own brains in order to find out that whether the gap has to be filled with prepositions, nouns or pronouns. So you will get to know about this only when you practice more and more. So my suggestion to you is to keep learning and keep practicing.